I want to talk to you today about effective policing in low-income and minority neighborhoods, problem solving that's solid, good solutions, open dialogue between citizens and police departments with transparency on both sides. Well, typically what we have today with a lot of the incidents that are going on, people tend to focus on the shootings, which is the final stage of a culmination of events that lead up, and not so much on the initial call, what happened in the beginning, whether it was a traffic stop or whether it was a call. So people come to the discussion table with preconceived conclusions based upon what they saw. If they jump into a video that catches the action, they don't know the police call or what happened. Then you have to ask yourself, are the officers experienced in that particular community? How recognizable are they in that community? Do they have a sense of trust in that community? And so all these things come to a head, and typically after one of these incidents, everybody comes to the table with a hashtag. Whether it's Black Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter, All Lives Matter, everybody's got a hashtag, so they've already come in closed-minded. They don't want to hear the other side, you know. So I'm in a really unique position, being an African-American male and being a police officer. I'm affected by both sides of it a lot of times. And I understand from the African-American community and pretty much even the low-income community, regardless of the color, there's a sense of being closed off or walls that come up in a lot of the discussions that take place. You know, you have forums and people will be invited in, and the community takes their time off, they're hiring babysitters, they're walking, whatever the case may be, to come to these events. So they're there, and then you have the police or the political element that comes in to answer questions in a forum. Well, how far are you allowed to go in a response before that blue wall comes up, or that political wall? Or, you know, how willing are you to be transparent with that citizen at the risk of repercussion from fellow officers who tend to be typically, you know, a lot of them, when you speak out against things that the profession itself may hold as during the code of silence or whatever people like to call it, the blue wall of silence, you immediately are met with a degree of mistrust. You know, you're automatically, is he a Black Panther? Is he a member of Black Lives Matter? Can we trust him? 24 years of good service can easily be tossed out the window by a bunch of people who, for all intents and purposes, really don't know anything about you personally. For myself, I'm very active in my community. I spend a lot of time with a lot of people in the community. You know, I've watched kids grow up here and I've had to work their murders. You know, and there's some of them I put in jail and they write me from jail, or I correspond with them, or they get out and they interact with me. But they're comfortable with me because I'm visible in my community. I live here. I'm going to speak up for what I believe is right. And when they're wrong, I'll tell them they're wrong. But I don't have a us-them mentality or a standoffish mentality, and I don't change. I'm not going to be one way in the street. And then if I get in front of a lot of political wannabes or people with titles and hashtags and commas and a bunch of abbreviations behind their last name, I'm not going to change my commitment to suit their agenda. So it's just about being real. Just be yourself.